Hello there, thanks for joining me this Saturday on 7Edition. I'm Shafika Razali and these are tonight's top stories. 120 victims lodge police report to claim damages over Sungai Kim Kim chemical pollution. Malaysia and Singapore reach deal over airspace dispute. And dozens of Rohingya refugees narrowly escape human traffickers. Good evening. We begin the bulletin with this story. 120 victims of the chemical waste pollution in Sungai Kim Kim Pasir Gudang lodged a police report to claim for damages caused during the March 7th incident. They lodged a report at the Seri Alam Police Headquarters at about 4 p.m. today, with their lawyer saying the basis of the damages and compensation suit is that of neglect on the part of the authorities and factories, which resulted in chemical pollution that has affected the victims' health.
Kita akan saman tuntutan ganti rugi yang kita dah kenal pasti bertanggungjawab dan ada unsur-unsur kecuaian. Kita bermula dengan Kerajaan Negeri Johor. Selepas itu Jabatan Alam Sekitar, Jabatan Parit dan Saliran, Majlis Perbandaran Pasir Gudang, dan kita sedang kenal pasti pihak kilang-kilang yang terlibat.
The lawyer Kamarudin Ahmad said all damages and compensation suits will be done in June when they receive full medical reports and other information pertaining to the incident. The cleaning up of Sungai Kim Kim, which affected an area of 1.5 kilometers long, ended on March 17th. The Cabinet observed the correct procedure in the process to ratify the Rome Statute of the International Criminal Court, ICC. Foreign Minister Datuk Saifuddin Abdullah said the Cabinet also made the decision to sign the international agreement based on the provisions of the Federal Constitution. In a statement last night, Datuk Saifuddin said the process to ratify the Rome Statute did not need to go to Parliament. He added that to date there have been more than 100 treaties and international conventions which were ratified without going through Parliament. Unfortunately, there are some parties who purposely misinterpret the Rome Statute, including the point of referring to the Yang di-Pertuan Agong or Council of Rulers by giving wrong advice or opinions and ignoring the facts and explanations. Yesterday, Prime Minister Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad announced that Malaysia was withdrawing from the Rome Statute following the confusion the issue had created in the country. Now, Tengku Mahkota Kelantan, Dr. Tengku Muhammad Faiz Petra, aged 45, will be tying the knot with Sophie Louise Johansson, 33, who hails from Sweden. Kelantan Palace Ceremonial Chief Datuk Dr. Tengku Muhammad Faziharuddin Tengku Faisal said the wedding ceremony will be held in the evening on April 19th and will be a closed-door affair on a moderate scale. At a press conference at Istana Balai Besar Kota Baru, Kelantan today, Tengku Muhammad Faziharuddin said the ceremony would begin with the marriage solemnisation, followed by the royal couple sitting on the wedding days and a royal banquet.
Yang Teramat Mulia Tuanku juga telah bertitah agar semua cenderamata sempena dengan istiadat perkahwinan baginda ini disumbangkan kepada badan-badan kebajikan di negeri Kelantan.
Tengku Muhammad Faziharuddin said His Highness will join events with the people to introduce his wife, whom he has known for a long time, after the wedding. He added that His Highness seeks the prayers of the people that his marriage will go smoothly and receives the blessings of Allah until Jannah or paradise. Singapore has withdrawn the Instrument Landing System (ILS) procedures from Seletar Airport, while Malaysia has indefinitely suspended its permanent restricted area over Pasir Gudang, all in the spirit of bilateral cooperation. The agreement was outlined in a joint statement issued by Transport Minister Anthony Loke and his Singaporean counterpart, Khaw Boon Wan, today. The statement said the agreement was implemented by the civil aviation authorities of both countries on April 5th at 11:59 p.m. Both transport ministers also noted that a high-level committee has been set up to review the operational letter of agreement between Kuala Lumpur and Singapore area control centres concerning Singapore arrivals, departures and overflights 1974. The amicable resolution will now see Malaysian carrier Firefly resume its flights to Seletar Airport beginning this month. The suspension reportedly cost the airline 20 million ringgit a month, a huge blow to its owner, Malaysia Aviation Group. The air disagreement came to light in November last year when Firefly announced it would not move from Changi Airport to the Seletar Airport, as it had earlier agreed to. Malaysia objected to the new landing procedures for Seletar, claiming they would impose height restrictions and affect development in Pasir Gudang. Following the dispute, Malaysia established a permanent restricted area for the purpose of military activities over the town, affecting flight path for aircraft heading to and from Seletar. The two countries later agreed to mutually continue with the suspension till the end of March, while the issues were discussed. The issue of stateless children in Sabah, which has protected for so long, should be dealt with jointly by the state and federal governments. Deputy Prime Minister Datuk Seri Dr. Wan Azizah Wan Ismail, after opening the Beaufort Disaster Evacuation Centre in Beaufort, Sabah today, said the government has the platform to address it by activating the Sabah Foreigners Management Committee.
Inilah tepatnya kita nak melihat. Kita tidak mahu pertindihan tugas dengan menubuhkan jawatan kuasa baru dan bagi menyelaras apa yang masalah yang ada ni. Ini bukan saja di Sabah ya, tapi juga di Semenanjung kita mempunyai masalah ini. Kita mahu buatkan satu polisi yang menolong mereka, namun kita mesti juga menjaga juga hak-hak warga negara Malaysia sendiri.
She said the main committee level is jointly chaired by the Sabah Chief Minister Datuk Seri Muhammad Shafi'i Abdal and Home Minister Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin. It was revealed recently that a village near a rubbish dump in Sabah was inhabited by a community, including children who did not have citizenship. Meanwhile, the Pakatan Harapan PH government will continue making efforts to turn Beaufort into a popular tourist destination. Datuk Seri Dr. Wan Azizah said, however, the cooperation between the federal and state governments was vital to achieve that goal. Datuk Seri Dr. Wan Azizah said Malaysia is well known for its traditional diversity, culture and heritage. Therefore, she calls upon the people to make full use of such diversity to achieve success.
Pendekatan ini pasti dapat membantu menterjemahkan jati diri Malaysia yang unggul, kerana dengan adanya program ini budaya bangsa, kita dapat mendapatkan budaya kita terutama untuk generasi yang akan datang.
She added that Beaufort has vast potential to grow in the tourism and agricultural sectors. If the people in Beaufort can work together to develop the district, it will not only boost the economy of the people but also the country, especially Sabah, and eventually improve the quality of life of the people in Beaufort. Also present was Sabah Deputy Chief Minister cum Minister of Tourism, Culture and Environment, Datuk Christina Liu, and Minister of Education and Innovation, Datuk Dr. Yusof Yaakob. Meanwhile, Dr. Wan Azizah said in the context of the Beaufort Festival, the government's main objective was to provide opportunities, especially to farmers, petty traders and local producers to market or introduce their products. The Deputy Prime Minister also believes that the festival is capable of helping the trading community in the district to increase their income. Moving on, Prime Minister Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad flagged off Stage 1 of the Litua di Langkawi LTDL 2019 in front of the KLCC Twin Towers today. At noon sharp, he flagged off the 132 riders from 22 teams who will be cycling from Kuala Lumpur to Tampin, Negeri Sembilan, a distance of 176.9 kilometres. Tun Dr. Mahathir arrived for the flagging of the ceremony with his wife, Tun Dr. Siti Hasmah Muhammad Ali, Youth and Sports Minister Syed Sadiq Syed Abdul Rahman. Also present, Federal Territories Minister Khalid Abdul Samad and Foreign Minister Datuk Saifuddin Abdullah. The highlight of this stage is that it has 4 climb zones, 3 of them Category 3 at Ampang Lookout Point, Bukit Tangga and Bukit Putus, while the one at Genting Perez is a Category 2. It also has 3 sprint zones at Kilometer 25.4 Pekan Batu 18, Kilometer 110.6 Ampangan and Kilometer 138 Kuala Pilah. This edition of the prestigious cycling race has 8 stages, covering a total distance of 1,225.8 kilometers. Now, police wrapped the action of the Human Rights Commission of Malaysia, Suhakam, which claims that the Bukit Aman Special Branch was involved in the enforced disappearances of pastor Raymond Koh and social activist Amri Cik Mat. Acting Deputy Inspector General of Police Datuk Sri Abdul Hamid Badur said the action of revealing the conclusion to the public had impacted badly on the police. Datuk Sri Abdul Hamid said a special team had been set up to investigate the allegations, which was also to meet the demand of Suhakam prior to this, and that the police had also given its cooperation in the inquiry proceeding by Suhakam.
Saya rasa terkesan, affected dengan apa yang telah pun disuarakan oleh Suhakam baru-baru ini, yang mana dakwaan-dakwaan yang telah dikeluarkan pada hari itu melibatkan, mengaitkan Chong Has dengan perbuatan-perbuatan yang terang-terang menyalahi undang-undang. Saya yakin Tan Sri Ketua Polis Negara dalam masa terdekat ini akan memberikan komen ataupun mengeluarkan statement untuk menjawab segala apa yang telah dibangkitkan oleh Suhakam tersebut.
However, he added that there was no information on Amri and Raymond Koh currently, as the 2 cases took place in 2016 and 2017 respectively. As of now, police are conducting damage control on the perception against the agency, which was being publicly punished by the claim that the abductions were carried out by the special branch. Now, a police inspector has been detained by the Bukit Aman police at his house in Johor Bahru yesterday for his alleged involvement in an international drug syndicate, which gave the state police a record seizure of 2.06 tons of ecstasy worth 103.2 million ringgit during a series of raids last month. The inspector, in his 30s, is based in one of the police headquarters in another state. Johor Police Chief Datuk Muhammad Khalil Kadir Muhammad confirmed the arrest but declined to comment further. On March 19th, police seized more than 2 tons of ecstasy worth more than 103 million ringgit. The drug was hidden in 2,000 bags of Chinese tea in a container near Ulu Tiram. Syndicate would smuggle the drug via sea routes from Thailand, Myanmar and Cambodia. When we return, crazy man who can't find exit thrashes 60-year-old guard. Details next. Now let's hop on to our daily segment Clickbait, where we take a look at what's trending and making rounds in the cyber world today. A 6-year-old boy is going viral on the internet for the most heartwarming reason, and perhaps it is the best thing you will read about on the internet today. Derek C. Lakh Chandhima from India showed the meaning of humanity when he innocently took an injured chicken that he ran over to a hospital. The wide-eyed Mizoram boy was found sobbing while holding the dead chick in one hand and a 10 rupee bill in the other. Derek's father said that his son came home holding the neighbor's chick, begging his parents to take it to the hospital. When the hospital could not revive the chick, he asked his dad for more money and again wanted to go back to the doctors to get them to help save the lifeless animal. Meanwhile, a new post surfaced yesterday showing Derek holding a certificate while smiling gracefully and draped in a shawl, which is a traditional way of honoring someone among Mizos. This as the boy was honoured by his school for his kind and courageous act to help the chick. When things aren't going your way, anger should be the last thing you resort to, or else you'd risk causing hurt to those around you. On Thursday, a video surfaced on All Singapore Staff Facebook page showing a brawny man bullying and assaulting a 60-year-old security guard at Singapore's Roxy Square car park just because the former couldn't leave the premises via the main exit. Here's the story. The 2-minute clip recorded by another fellow guard, which raked in almost 400,000 views, shows Andrew Lim, the security guard supervisor, explaining other exits from the premises. But the man refused to listen and instead began behaving in a threatening manner whilst recording the incident as well. Still, Lim offers to show the man the exit, but the latter intentionally spreads out his arm to block the guard's path.
He walked into my arm.
After several more rounds of mocking by the man, both were seen to be walking towards another part of the car park. However, at the corner, the man sticks out his leg, tripping the guard, followed by a nasty blow to Lim's face. Meanwhile, the victim's general manager, K. Bhaskaran, said that he stands by Lim and that the 60-year-old was among his good employees. Bhaskaran revealed that he has hired a lawyer for Lim and that the firm intends to take legal action, adding that Lim's medical and legal costs will be taken care of. After the video of the incident went viral, the assailant returned to the mall to surrender himself on Friday. Channel News Asia reported that the police are currently investigating the case, which left the victim with a swollen eye, a sprained neck and broken spectacles. Now updated as of 7 p.m, here are the top trending topics and searches on the internet today. On foreign news, Bangladesh police have prevented 115 Rohingya refugees from being smuggled to Malaysia in rickety fishing boats in an operation on Friday that saw groups leaving from the biggest refugee settlement in the world, the Kutupalong camp. 50 men, 39 women and 26 children were rescued. However, no suspected traffickers were caught in the operation. The group from the camp situated near Bangladesh's border with Myanmar was stopped as they headed to boats in the Bay of Bengal. However, an officer claimed that the group had already paid the traffickers some money and later fled before authorities could arrest them. Meanwhile, the group of detained Rohingyas, the third of such prevented from heading to Malaysia, will be sent back to the camp. Thousands have risked their lives travelling to Malaysia and Thailand by boat when the Bay of Bengal is calm before monsoon season sets in at the end of March. So far this year, more than 300 Rohingyas have been stopped from attempting the trip on small fishing boats in an effort to escape the violence at their overcrowded camps. The latest on Thursday, when a Myanmar military helicopter bombed a Rohingya Muslim village in Rakhine State, killing 10 and injuring dozens more. Suspected rebels shot dead 2 border patrol policemen at a mosque in Thailand's troubled deep south on Friday in the first deadly attack to strike the region in 5 weeks. 4 gunmen slipped into the back door of the Ban Mayo Mosque in Tan Toh Yala province at around 1 p.m. and opened fire on the officers as they were attending a Friday sermon. Police Lieutenant Captain Adol Rakpras and Police Major Captain Wairomli Waihama, who died at the scene, were shot at point-blank range in the head. The suspects who fled the scene after the shooting were being suspected of being part of an insurgency that fled in 2004. It has claimed about 7,000 lives in predominantly Buddhist Thailand's 3 southernmost provinces, which have Muslim majorities. The insurgents seek to scare Buddhists into leaving the area, but many Muslims cooperating with authorities have also been targeted. The attack was the second deadly one, targeting a place of worship or holy site in Thailand's restive southern border region this year. Coming up next, women in Indonesia go crazy for a selfie with President Jokowi. Details next. Thanks for staying with us. We're back with more world news. In Indonesia, some 10,000 women battled with each other and security guards to get up close with President Joko Widodo on Java Island. The women, mostly aged between 20 and 50, waited for hours and braved the intense hot weather, all for a selfie with a 57-year-old politician. During an election trail event, leader Joko Widodo, or simply known as Jokowi, campaigned to garner support from the public prior to the upcoming general elections on April 17th. Jokowi seemed happy to oblige his fans as he attempts to maintain his wide lead in the race for presidency. His sole rival is Prabowo Subianto, a retired military general and son-in-law of the late dictator Suharto. Prabowo has been known to attempt to win over women voters and fans online by balancing his macho man image with the softer side of him portrayed through an Instagram account of the man with his cat Bobby. Amassing support and capital on social media is vital, as Indonesia is one of Instagram and Facebook's largest markets globally, with some 62 million and 130 million users respectively. Both candidates have been known to be regularly pursued by female fans, but Jokowi appears to be more familiar with the situation due to his experience. About 192 million Indonesians are set to cast a ballot in the world's third biggest democracy, with a record 245,000 candidates competing for positions from the presidency and parliamentary seats all the way down to local council jobs. In Washington, the Iranian Elite Revolutionary Guards Corps, IRGC, is expected to be labelled by the US as a foreign terrorist organization, according to United States officials. This marks the first time Washington has officially designated the military of another country as a terrorist group. The US Secretary of State has advocated the change in US policy in tandem with Trump's administration's stern approach towards Tehran. Critics have warned against the decision, saying it could be responded to in a similar manner by unfriendly governments worldwide. Iran has issued a warning of a crushing response if the United States should proceed with the decision. Currently, the Pentagon had declined comment and referred queries to the State Department, but the State Department and White House also declined to comment. Now it's time for our My Game On segment, bringing you the latest esports news in Malaysia. On Thursday, 22-year-old Nur Farah Shahira Muhammad Nizam stunned esports enthusiasts as she was the only female in her 5-person team called Junior Talent, qualified to compete in the PUBG Mobile Championships in Shanghai, China. Junior Talent took home 2nd place, and now Nur Farah Shahira, or better known by her game name Miss Far, is becoming the talk of the local esports scene, and she breaks down gender stereotypes in the male-dominated sport. Miss Far, along with 3 other Junior Talent members, 20-year-old Muhammad Nazri Sharin Afan, 19-year-old Muhammad Haris Iskandar Badru Hisham, Muhammad Fikri Adli, Muhammad Nizam and Izzat Abdul Aziz, took home a cash prize of 4,900 ringgit. Miss Far said the Power Squad was formed just a month ago and they've already participated in 4 competitions, with Epic Perak being their most prestigious championship yet, where they won 2nd place. When asked of what her parents think of her interest in the sport, Miss Far said they initially viewed it as a time-wasting hobby which won't take her far. But with constant determination, the Melaka-raised gamer proved them otherwise by participating in more esports competitions, simultaneously working on being the best. Her advice to girls interested in the sport: Miss Far said one must be confident and continue to pursue one's dreams and not let anybody's opinions to get in the way of achieving them.
So some of you guys can come and stand on the stairs at the back. Some guys can squat down and sit on the stairs in the front.
That's all for tonight. Let's take a look at the trailer for the movie My Spy, which tells the story of a CIA operative and a 9-year-old girl whose family he was sent to surveil. With that, I'm Shafika Razali. Thank you for watching and good night.